Story 1 of 5. Australia's 2026 federal budget introduces major tax reforms on negative gearing and capital gains tax. Australia's 2026 federal budget introduces major tax reforms on negative gearing and capital gains tax. Here's what every outlet agrees on. The 2026 federal budget was delivered on May 12, 2026 by Treasurer Jim Chalmers. Negative gearing will be restricted to new builds only, starting from July 1, 2027, for properties purchased after 7:30 p.m. on May 12, 2026. The 50% capital gains tax, CGT, discount will be replaced with an inflation-adjusted system starting July 1, 2027, with a minimum 30% tax rate on gains. Existing property investors who negatively gear or hold assets before July 1, 2027 will be grandfathered and retain current tax benefits. The government estimates the tax changes will help 75,000 Australians achieve home ownership over the next decade. But not all outlets told the same story. The Guardian and ABC report that the budget will include a $250 annual tax offset for workers starting July 1, 2027. But news.com.au reports a one-off tax offset of $200 to $300 for taxpayers, which was not confirmed by other sources. The Guardian and ABC state that the budget will reduce the number of homes built by 35,000 over the next decade. But news.com.au reports that the Real Estate Institute of Australia claims the reforms may result in around 25,500 fewer homes being built over the next 5 years. The Guardian and ABC report that the government will grandfather existing property investors. But news.com.au states that the government will stop the vast majority of properties from being negatively geared from budget night, making it less likely for new investors to buy existing properties. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, news.com.au, Sydney Morning Herald, and The Age.
Story 2 of 5. Australia's EV tax discount reforms and budget impact. Australia's EV tax discount reforms and budget impact. Here's what every outlet agrees on. The EV tax discount, FBT exemption, was introduced in late 2022 and has led to 64,000 additional EVs on Australian roads since then, accounting for about 19% of new car sales as of February 2026. The scheme has cost the government $1.35 billion in 2025-26, far exceeding the original $90 million forecast for this year. From April 2027, EVs priced over $75,000 will incur 75% of the usual fringe benefits tax, FBT, and from April 2029, all EVs will pay a 25% discounted FBT rate. The government estimates the EV discount has abated about 2.2 million tonnes of emissions, equivalent to 2 days of Australia's annual emissions, 440 million tonnes. The budget reforms aim to save the government $1.7 billion over 4 years by winding back the tax discount, while still supporting cheaper EVs. But not all outlets told the same story. Article 1, ABC, states the EV discount abated 2 days' worth of Australia's annual emissions, 440 million tonnes, while Article 3, Guardian, does not mention this specific emissions figure. Article 1, ABC, claims the scheme cost $2 billion total, while Article 2, News.com.au, states the government will pocket almost $2 billion from winding it back, implying differing timeframes or scopes. Article 1, ABC, says the discount was introduced in late 2022, while Article 3, Guardian, states it was introduced at the start of 2023. This story was covered by ABC News, The Guardian, and news.com.au.
Story 3 of 5. Analysis of winners and losers in Australia's 2026 federal budget. Analysis of winners and losers in Australia's 2026 federal budget. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Treasurer Jim Chalmers called the 2026 federal budget the most important and ambitious budget in decades. The budget introduces a new Working Australians Tax Offset, WATO, providing an extra tax cut of up to $250 per year increasing the tax-free threshold to $19,985, benefiting over 13 million workers. The budget scraps negative gearing for purchases of existing properties from July 2027, except for newly built homes or pre-existing investments. The 50% capital gains tax discount, Howard-era policy, is scrapped and replaced with inflation-adjusted indexation, reverting to the Keating-era scheme. The budget allocates $53 billion over 10 years to the Australian Defence Force, including $14 billion in the first 4 years, focusing on drone, counter-drone tech and AUKUS nuclear submarines. This story was covered by Sydney Morning Herald and The Age.
Story 4 of 5. LeBron James's uncertain NBA future after Lakers playoff exit. LeBron James's uncertain NBA future after Lakers playoff exit. Here's what every outlet agrees on. LeBron James is 41 years old and contemplating whether to play a 24th NBA season after the Lakers' playoff elimination. The Los Angeles Lakers were swept 4-0 by the Oklahoma City Thunder in the Western Conference semifinals, ending their playoff run. LeBron James scored 24 points in the Lakers' season-ending loss to the Thunder on May 12, 2026. Tuesday AEST in ABC, Monday in Guardian. James averaged 23.2 points, 7.3 assists, and 6.7 rebounds in the playoffs, despite playing as a third option behind Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves. Luka Doncic missed all Lakers playoff games due to a hamstring injury, while Austin Reeves sat out the final 5 regular season games and first 4 postseason games due to oblique strains. But not all outlets told the same story. ABC reports the Lakers' Game 4 loss occurred on Tuesday AEST, while The Guardian states it was on Monday, indicating a possible time zone discrepancy in publication timing rather than the event itself. The Guardian mentions James's regular season scoring average was 20.9 points per game, while ABC does not provide this specific stat. This story was covered by ABC News and The Guardian.
Story 5 of 5. Man charged with murdering and torturing his infant son faces bail refusal and plea negotiations. Man charged with murdering and torturing his infant son faces bail refusal and plea negotiations. Here's what every outlet agrees on. Reinhard Albert Bosch, 37, is charged with murder, domestic violence, and torture, domestic violence, of his 7-month-old son, Ruan Emanuel Bosch, in November 2022. The alleged torture and murder occurred at the family's home in Yuga, northwest of Brisbane. Bosch pleaded not guilty to murder and torture charges and previously offered to plead guilty to manslaughter, but the offer was rejected by prosecutors. Bosch's bail application was refused by the Supreme Court in Brisbane on May 12, 2026, and he was remanded in custody. Prosecutors allege Bosch subjected his son to months of violence, including striking the infant at least 4 times with a karate chop move, causing broken ribs that punctured major organs. But not all outlets told the same story. ABC states Bosch's bail application was refused on May 12, 2026, while Newscomb AU does not specify the exact date, but confirms the refusal occurred on the same day. This story was covered by ABC News and News.com.au.